want to talk to you about the mindset of showing up. The mindset of showing up when you don't feel like it, when you don't want to, doesn't actually stem oftentimes from the fact that we don't want to. When we procrastinate and we push things away, oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes it comes from fear. The focus is on what will people think of me? What other stories we tell ourselves? It doesn't matter. What I have to say doesn't matter because we're reliant on getting validation outside of ourselves. We're reliant on getting a certain amount of likes, responses, comments, saves, DMs, whatever that metric is. But what if the focus so much so is on belief? Belief that what you have to offer will transform someone's life. Standing strong, unwavering in that belief. Because there are days, let me tell you, days when I feel like, I'm just not going to show up today because I don't feel like it. Sometimes I feel like I don't have anything to say. And mind you, as human beings, we have over 60,000 thoughts a day. And of those 60,000, I want you to just for a moment entertain the belief and buy into the idea that of those 60,000 thoughts that you have today, at least minimum one of those thoughts are helpful, are supportive, are encouraging, and someone needs to hear you work through that. Someone needs to hear you process that out loud. Someone needs to hear that message from you. It's believing that you always have something to share. You always have something to say, and everything that you're thinking that could possibly help just one person. That's the message you bring out today. There's so much emphasis, I think, on making sure that it's within pillar content. Well, if not pillar content, what's the point? And then I'm going to lose my audience because I'm speaking to everyone. Here's the thing, loves. My clients know this because we work through the entire process, but your potential clients, most of the time, especially, at first it depends on the type of coaching you do, but for the most part, what I've seen time and time again, especially for my clients who are selling intangibles, is that, so intangibles would be like life coaching, for example, is that your ideal client is typically a past version of you, mixing, of course, with their own unique personality, circumstance, situation. But for a lot of my clients, they're a past version of you. They've experienced similar thoughts. They've experienced similar blocks. They've experienced similar challenges and roadblocks. And who better to guide them than you? So if you're questioning yourself all the time and you find yourself in this place, of why me? I want you to stop for just a moment, pause and reframe it. This is something I've learned from my coach, which is why not you? Why not you? Why is it that you're unable? I don't feel so much that it's unable, but more so unwilling to be that person that they can aspire to. Okay, so if you have blocks around just feeling not worthiness, I want you to really work through that because your people need you to show up. I want you to be in that energy of someone needs to hear from me today. My message is meant for someone and it's not my job to figure out who that person is. It's not my job to dive into the data and look at how many likes and all that. No, I'm going to trust and believe that my message today is meant for someone. And I'm going to hold on to that belief even when it makes no sense, even when the data shows otherwise. Because I know, and I want you to step into this belief, I know and I firmly stand that God has placed this desire in my heart, that I'm meant to help someone. And by me not showing up, that's actually me being selfish, because now I'm holding on to this gift that God has entrusted me to share with someone else. Okay? And the second piece of it is I want you to believe so firmly in your process. Okay, so there's first that belief of self. Okay, and I want you to go back and work through some of the lessons inside of the embodied coach, which was formerly the inner love self love project, that's really going to help you to really own who you are. That's really the work that you do inside that program is really helping you to own who you are, to really embody the qualities of a sought after coach. And for part of that is believing so firmly, so truly in yourself, what you have to offer, the transformation that you can give your clients, because that is a gift. But if you're not showing up, I want you to imagine that one person. Remember when we did one of the work I had you do was really, when you do market research, is to speak to that one person, to help that one person, to focus on that one person. Because if you do that, then it flows. Instead of thinking my ideal client this, my ideal client that, I don't know who she is, I don't know what niche she's in, I don't know how to speak to her. It's like, if I can speak to my former self 5 years ago, 3 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, what would she have needed to hear from me? What are some things I can say to encourage her? What is she experiencing right now? And from that place, you will always have content. It's not so much that we don't have content to share, it's that we're afraid. We're afraid of judgment. We are afraid that our content, what we have to say, is not good enough. But once you do the work, that's why we do, I always refer back to the Self-Love Project and talking about embodying the qualities of a sought-after coach, because a sought-after coach believes fully in her transformation, believes fully in herself, her message, and she trusts and knows that her message is meant for someone, and she's going to show up. And I'm here to tell you right now that that's you, loves. That's you. That's every single one of you. You have a message. You have a gift. The desires are placed in your heart. It's your job every single day. Every single day, even on days when it's hard. Not so much to always feel like you have to show up on social media, but I want you to show up for your lives in a way where you are 1% every single day, right? It's not so much like we feel we have this ideal self, and if we're short of that, then we feel like, what's the point? No, it's every single day, 1% better than we felt yesterday. And then when we feel like things are hard right now, and circumstances, situation, all of that, you come into Voxer, you get the support, you get the mindset shifts you need, you show up for the calls, you ask for guidance, because I want you to embody that every single day. Every single day, just one step closer. Because your clients need you. Your potential clients need you. They need you to show up, because whatever it is that you specialize in is a gift. But sometimes we forget that. And it's so easy for us to just get focused on all the reasons why we can't. But you focus on expand. So if you focus on what you cannot do, if you focus on not having time, you know what's going to happen? Because confirmation bias, right? That's part of your brain. What does it do? It looks for evidence for whatever it is you believe. So you believe you don't have enough time. It will find evidence easy enough why you don't have time. If it believes that your message is not good enough, it's going to find evidence for why no one cares. So your job is to stand firmly in that. Work on reframing your mind. And I can help you with that anytime you're feeling stuck. It's like, okay, what's the evidence for? What's the new belief? What's the more supportive belief? The supportive belief is my message is meant for someone. My supportive belief is, of the 60,000 thoughts that I have today, there is one message that I have. It is ordained by God. I'm appointed, I'm anointed. And I'm called forth to do this work. I'm meant to share this message with at least one person. Someone in my audience needs to hear this today. It's not my job to know who. That's not my job. That's not my role. That's not what I've been called to do. My job is to simply show up imperfectly. If you ever see my content, some of it, yes, I create graphics for. Other times I hop on live. I'm driving. I'm doing a bunch of random things, but it serves someone. Okay. My job is not to take a look at it and go, oh, I only got this many views, or, oh, only 4 people are live. Doesn't matter. I never hop on lives and go, okay, I'm going to wait for people. No, I hop on lives when God has given me something. I know I need I'm a vessel. I'm going to speak it out. I'm going to share that. Doesn't matter if it's only 3 people who's live. It doesn't matter if it's 0 people. I'm going to share it and I post it. And if someone's meant to receive that, they're going to receive the message, because that's not my job. I'm trusting and believing and knowing that my message is meant for someone and someone needs to hear it. And so that's the belief that I would really invite you to try on, to step into, because it's going to change the way you show up. It's going to change the way you create content. It's going to change the way that you believe in yourself and believe in your product, which is what you coach clients on. So I'm sending you a lot of love. I hope this message encouraged you, and I will catch you later, friends. Mwah.